I liked Wish. There. I said it. Let the comments go off. Why is this even a controversial statement? No, see, I think I do know as to why. Hey Dizzies, my name is Fizzy. I told myself I would make a video of me talking about Wish if I ended up liking it when I saw it in theaters, and even though it was a while ago when I bought tickets for me and a friend of mine when we saw it, she drove, obviously, we had a really nice time with the film, and I did like it, which brings us to here. Here is an image from when we saw it last November. Yeah. So yeah, there will be a bunch of pointless rambles, whether you're listening while doing the dishes, or something else, or maybe you're just curious. Thank you and welcome. Alright, starting off, songs and art. I, oddly enough, don't mind the art and animation. It's not the best and not what I would want in every movie, but hey, I'm not hard to impress when it comes to art. Yeah. In the night scenes, I feel like it's like a storybook, and for songs, I expected the songs to be jarring because of reviews, or at least at the time it came out in theaters, what the review said, but they were actually better than I expected. I felt they transitioned real nice. Welcome to Roses is fun. It's not something that I can see myself memorizing though. I think that's the case with a lot of the songs. I don't know why. Wish and At All Costs are my personal favorites. Once when I was getting my blood drawn, I played the At All Costs instrumental in my head to calm myself down. I am aware of how morbid that sounds. And I'm just gonna bring this up real quick. Most animatics I've seen with that song are from the old demo version, where it's a love song. I'm gonna get into the old concepts in a bit, but with the song in particular, you can tell it was supposed to be a love song. Although when I first heard it, even before I saw the movie, it gave the feeling of a father-daughter lullaby, to me at least. I haven't seen many OC animatics with it being used as a father-daughter lullaby. Then again, I haven't been actively looking, so that's on me. If anyone's seen one, please let me know, I want to see it. But yeah, that song is definitely my favorite. Oh yeah, other songs. I'm a Star was a bop. Though I can see why people wouldn't like it, it did feel a bit unnecessary and out of place, but it was still fun. I remember thinking when I saw it in the movie, that was fun. What was the point again? And I love knowing what we know now, especially when the Queen comes in. I'll talk about that more in a bit as well. For the songs in general, I won't lie, I felt bad for liking the songs for a long time because listening to them reminded me, Fizzy, get this video done, and my burnt out uni student ass just couldn't. That's a me problem though. And this is the things I get gets too much crap. Chris Pine took that baton and sprinted faster than you could say Polly Pocket. It's so fun, but there is something I gotta mention real quick. There are lots of complaints of the song lyrics making no sense, which, yeah, I can see that, but what makes me laugh is that I find the lyrics that make no sense could be easily fixed. I don't know, I am not creative enough to figure out how, though. Quite a few folks have already done so. Here, look, check it out. Also, that's a thing I want to talk about too, with the old concepts in this movie. I personally love that so many creators on YouTube took that and ran with it. Please, by all means, go off! In case you didn't know, Star was supposed to be a Disney prince and Asha's love interest, and Queen Amaya and King Magnifico were supposed to be an evil couple. The latter sounds absolutely badass, I gotta admit. In regards to the romance, I simply do not trust Disney to develop it in a way that is satisfying. And with Amaya, if you don't remember this, let me refresh your memory. When the trailers came out before the movie was in theaters, there were so many fans speculating if Amaya would be a twist villain. Since Disney made it clear Magnifico was trying to be a callback to classic Disney villains. Personally though, I always felt Amaya wasn't going to be a twist villain, but there would be a twist involving her, if that makes sense. And lo and behold, I was sorta right! I do like her as a character, seeing through King Magnifico's bullcrap, and I think that she is the ruler that Rosas deserves. I like how I started with Maya before Asha. Anyway, Asha is definitely what you would expect from a typical Disney protagonist. She's brave, determined, caring, and whatnot. I go as far to call her stubborn if I'm being honest. I did like it when the story took like, I don't know, brief moments to stop and address her short-sighted, idealistic views, but maybe it could have used more of that. Maybe. Okay, I want to talk about Asha's quote-unquote quirkiness just for a bit. When when it comes to her, Mirabelle, or Anna, I like their personalities. I find them endearing. I get that people are tired of the quirky girl trope. They want something new. That's fair. Maybe a Disney heroine that's more introverted. But not for this movie. I just don't care. I found Asha very endearing, and I don't want to believe that people are tone policing a 17-year-old female fictional character, but the notion that there's a quirky girl character epidemic, that's a bit much. Then again, that's just me. I don't want to think Asha is a bad character. I think it's actually interesting that she sees things the ways they could be, and it's very telling of how she was raised and the kind of person she is. Her development, I guess, for her happens at the beginning of the movie, after Magnifico reveals his lack of care for Rosa's wishes, and then she doesn't change much anymore. I guess that's the main problem with her. There needed to be more for her to understand in regards to the wishes, and know that not everything is gonna be cutesy and happy like Star. Editor's note here, I forgot to mention that I really like Ariana DeBose as Asha. I think that's really the main reason why I like Asha to begin with. It's just because she's voiced by Ariana DeBose. And, yep. Star is also fine. I think Star is fun. Star definitely shows the characters in the movie, and by extension the audience, that magic is safe and good and, well, magical. I'll jump into that more later. And I also want to appreciate the fact that we got a biracial girly with us now. Yay. So yeah, the magic thing, that is something else I will go back to in a bit. But yeah, I talked about Amaya and Asha. Let's talk about her friends. I like her friends, I really do, but they don't do much outside of being a Seven Dwarfs reference, let's be real. I think Dahlia, Gabo, and Simon are the most crucial, but the other ones, it's not that I dislike them, I just wish they had more. I wish they had more, honestly. They are awesome in knowing what I know now, and the heist is super cool, but yeah, maybe I just want more. I don't know. And I gotta say, I adore Asha's grandfather and mother. I love their relationship and how Asha is very family motivated. Okay, yeah, so this is the real reason why I wanted to, make this video, I guess. Okay, so for Magnifico, I gotta talk about the story as a whole. I think he works as a villain, kinda. The story is trying to tell you that he is someone who doesn't want to grant wishes because, well, in case of danger in those dreams, but also because he wants to have that power over his people. It's definitely more complex than it seems. His paranoia of danger is interesting. I think it should have been looked into more, maybe? Why is he so afraid of magic aside from his? Maybe him trying to keep his kingdom safe isn't unreasonable, and him keeping the wish is because, like he said, people give them to him willingly, isn't completely unreasonable. Obviously, it was pretty forward and inappropriate for Asha to ask for Saba's wish. But she was doing it out of love, and they both saw the wish. She was inspiring others with music, with art. Magnifico was the one who thought, yes, rebellion, but I'll play along. What if there is a dangerous wish that is given back? Asha said it herself. If they're dangerous, they can be stopped. And I doubt Magnifico would need any help with stopping it because he's the only one in the kingdom with magic. But if it was greater than him, I'm sure the whole kingdom would come to his aid. They love him. It is mentioned in more than one song that they love him. He says that the journey's too far and it's too unfair for them to grant their wishes themselves. So people give him the wishes so they don't have to worry about granting them on their own. I can see that, and he goes on to wanting to keep that authority no matter what, really quickly as it seems. So, why doesn't this work? I think it ties back to Asha's worldview changing too early. Maybe it should have happened over time as she saw the nuances of what denying someone their wish could do. And again, she already did see that with Simon and the two other folks who moved to Rosa's. Asha can see their hopes leaving, and that's what makes her wish for things to be different. I think maybe the themes would have benefited from a deeper what if we're wrong from both Asha and Magnifico's side. It could have been interesting to see some people wonder why their wish wasn't granted. Think of Sopa, he's 100 years old. I don't know when he gave his wish, how long ago it was, but seeing him feel hopeless, as heartbreaking as seeing him hopeless like that was, I would have loved to see if there's anything else in his life that fulfilled him in some way. He's a very loving grandfather. He helped raise Asha to be this way. Was there anything else that he could have done that made him feel creatively fulfilled and make him realize, hey, I don't need this wish after all? But I guess not. Guess not, though. I guess the movie had a point to make. That being said, I do love the fact that Saba got his wish granted. I think that's another one of my favorite parts of the movie. They wanted to make Magnifico a villain just to be a callback to classic Disney villains. They didn't have to. Like, I see why they wanted to do that. If you wanted to do that, why make him right? Why make him reasonable to your audience? Like, most of the villains in the past, they were reasonable to themselves because they were self-interested. Magnifico, he's not entirely self-interested. Yeah, he's self-absorbed a little bit. He's vain. He's like a vanilla version of Gaston, I guess. But he does care about his people. He does care about safety. Maybe they should have just leaned more into the villainous aspects of him. I don't know. I don't know anything. Maybe doing something entirely different that wasn't potentially dangerous for everyone. According to the movie, the wishes are all harmless. They're all creative, harmless dreams. Looking for a rebellion is not unreasonable. It's far-fetched, yes, but not unreasonable. But like, Saba's wish wasn't dangerous though, so I don't know, man. What I've always felt like they wanted to do since I've left the theaters was tell a story of the importance of standing up to an oppressive government, which, let's be real, is very relevant in this day and age because everything is fine, everything is A-okay. That being said, I feel like Hazbin Hotel did it better, but hey, what do I know? But like, I feel like they also wanted to tell a story about sharing the magic of the creative spirit, how meaningful dreams can be. And that is something that would indeed be very special for Disney's 100th anniversary. So they wanted Magnifico to be the guy who didn't understand creativity because he had all the power and therefore makes all the decisions. I kinda see what you're trying to do. If that was the case, why make it so Magnifico has a very good reason to be the way he is? If you want to have a narcissistic villain, don't be afraid to make him more self-centered. And the whole backstory thing felt underdeveloped. They could have made it so what happened was him twisting the whole thing to fit his own goals, or I don't know, maybe just do more with him in general, and it would be great to see Asha realize that not all dreams or wishes coming true is for the best. Like, she's not the devil itself. It makes sense for her to think the way she does because she's young and naive, but since it's Disney telling the story, maybe it would be helpful saying wishes aren't always meant to come true. Then again, in case any of this sounds like I'm kissing up to Disney, I can't see them doing that because if having those dreams and believing in them no matter what, even if you're wrong, means you'll keep sucking up to Disney and their goddamn corporate vampire ass, why would they care? Back on track. I don't know if any of this is making sense. I think what really proves what a mess this is that at the end, there's this moment where Amaya brings together two people and encourages them to collaborate on making a flying machine. And that is my personal favorite part of the movie because if the point of it is that no one can control your creative spirit, that shows it is possible to work to your dreams somehow. And hey, movie, if your point is that Magnifico doesn't want people to have dreams, then it clearly proves him wrong. Now, could it have been done better? Expanded upon more, executed more neatly? Hell yeah. It's a very idealistic story, creatively driven, most certainly. Not the greatest implication when you think about it. Maybe they really could have just done more with, well, everything? I don't know. That being said, it is far from Disney's worst movie. I don't know, I guess as I've entered adulthood, I've just stopped trying to care or justify why a movie or TV show that brings me joy, and I just let it happen. Now that is a thing that definitely says something about me. You probably noticed that my media illiterate self gave the benefit of a doubt to the critical side of the movie, and I've been agreeing with a lot of what is already in the movie. Let's just say I feel as if I see Wish for what it was trying to be and not for what it actually is. As much of a clusterfuck Wish is, I can see different people taking away different things. Really, I think as a whole, the movie needed to have more done because it feels like it was unfinished. Also, so it's pretty obvious that the whole thing is a giant Disney reference. I'm not too big of a fan of that. I think it's neat. I don't love it though. I'm not gonna go crazy about it. But like, I think the only reference that really got me in the feels was Saba playing When You Wish Upon a Star at the very end. Yeah, that's a reference I really did love. But otherwise, the references are neat, but like, it's not necessary. But I mean, it's their 100th anniversary, so who's gonna stop them? So yeah, that ought to wrap up my ramblings. If you stayed up until this point, thank you so much. And yes, because I see this movie for what it's trying to be besides what it is, I think I still like it. It's not my favorite movie, let alone movies from Disney. For favorite Disney movies, that honor goes to Treasure Planet and Encanto. I still had fun when I first saw it, and like, I wasn't really asking for much when I purchased those tickets. And like I said before, please, to all the fan creations and rewrites, do not stop. In fact, you know those chibis of me at the beginning? For those, I have commissioned my lovely and absolutely talented friend Cinna. Her Instagram is right here and linked below. Please commission her. She has also worked on a Wish fan project herself. That will also be linked below. And these are a bunch of thoughts that I've had on my mind for a while, since November. I haven't worked on this video since because whenever I wasn't dealing with work or school and actually had time, I would get sick. I think my body is trying to tell me something. Even now, I'm recovering from a sore throat. But I just really wanted to talk about this movie, even if I didn't have a clear point. I guess you could say this video is as disorganized as the movie. Ha! If you think I'm straight up wrong about Wish, you're probably right. But no, I would love to read what anyone thinks of the movie and what could be done to salvage it. And if nothing else, this Dizzy is gonna fizz out.